Hello and welcome to another episode of Kia Electric News. We start as usual, yes, with the 2024 Kia ICCU update, or the Integrated Charging Control Unit by any other name. During the week, the US TSB SC302 was finally released. The video I did for that is up here. I can confirm from various US sources that owners can now book their cars into their dealer for the update. I've also had reports from multiple EU countries such as Italy and Denmark that they are getting a proper recall. Also, I've had a confirmation that it's now out in New Zealand. Strangely, Germany has not gone full recall yet, but I've seen reports on the German EV6 forum that some owners are able to get it, but most have not been able to book their cars in. Also in the UK, we still have no news. What's confusing is that last year's ICCU campaign is still rolling out in the UK and elsewhere, so every week I get comments saying I've received the update, but it always turns out to be last year's. For reference, last year's campaign reference is 230071. This year's campaign reference is 241041. On Thursday, a new US TSB for the EV9 came out to correct headlight aim on some 2024 VINs manufactured between February 24 to April 24. The TSB also included full detailed LED headlamp adjustment instructions, which is useful information for all EV9 owners, no matter where they are in the world. You can do it yourself. The video I did for that this week is also up there. As usual, I've updated my EV6 Recall Spreadsheet, which you can find up here. And I've also updated my EV9 Recall Spreadsheet, which you can find up here. The Korean car blog reports that Kia is preparing an electric version of the forthcoming Tasman pickup truck. KCB says, aligning with Kia's mid to long-term electrification strategy, an electric version of the Tasman is also under development. This version is expected to feature a high-capacity battery of over 100 kilowatt-hours, providing more than 400 kilometres of mileage. Kia is also exploring potential expansions into other major markets, including the United States and Europe, where it is currently testing Tasman models under camouflage to ensure quality. KCB also reports that it's seen the new Kia EV6's Korean certification documents, and this confirms an 84 kilowatt-hour battery pack, just like the new Ioniq 5, and also suggests an EPA range of 370 miles on 19-inch wheels. During the week, we were teased images of the new Kia EV3 and also given a launch date. That video is also up here. The launch will be on Kia's worldwide YouTube channel at 10 AM UK time on May 23rd, which is 1900 Korean time and 1200 Central European time. The question is, will they also reveal the Kia EV6 Facelift as part of the event, since I've read that it will also be launched before the end of May. Techcrunch reports that Hyundai is investing nearly $1 billion to keep self-driving startup Motional running. The investment will give the automaker a majority stake while providing the self-driving startup with the necessary capital to keep operating. The Korean automaker invested $470 million directly into Motional as part of a broader deal that includes buying out joint venture partner Aptiv. As part of the deal, Hyundai will spend another $448 million to buy 11% of Aptiv's common equity interest in Motional, according to information revealed Thursday in Aptiv's first quarter earnings report. Following on from that story, I saw this today that Motional is delaying Robotaxi rollout and cutting jobs. Motional CEO says that large-scale development of self-driving cars remains a goal for the future, not the present. Motional decided to delay Robotaxi deployments with ride-hailing companies Uber Technologies and Lyft again, whilst laying off employees as part of restructuring process of the loss-making joint venture. So we will see when that comes out. Electrifying reports that Hyundai has confirmed that its sub-20k EV is coming to Europe and the UK during 2024. An all-electric version of Hyundai's diminutive Casper EV will definitely go on sale in Europe later this year, according to Michael Cole, President and CEO of Hyundai Motor Europe. Speaking at the Financial Times Future of the Car Summit, Cole confirmed that Hyundai would be launching an entry-level EV this year. Electrifying expects that the baby EV city car will get a sub £20,000 price tag when it arrives later this year, although it's likely to get a new name when it finally gets to the UK and won't be called a Casper. It's not expected to take an Ioniq name either because, well, it's not EGMP. The sub £20,000 price will put the new Hyundai EV in direct competition with the new Citroën EC3 and the posher versions of the Dacia Spring with its 15 grand starting price. Korean Herald reports that the Korean battery suppliers to Hyundai Group have secured a 2-year reprieve from the US Inflation Reduction Act restrictions on electric vehicle batteries containing Chinese graphite. This will give it time to diversify its supply chain, whilst the Korean government has committed 9.7 trillion won, which is 7.1 billion, in policy financing to support this transition. Following negotiations and advocacy by the Korean government and related industries, the US government on Friday agreed to suspend specific provisions of the IRA that would have penalised electric vehicles using Chinese graphite in their batteries. This decision effectively delays these sanctions until the end of 2026. Graphite is an essential material for producing the anode material in batteries. Prior to this amendment, Korean battery manufacturers significantly reliant on graphite sourced from China faced the potential of severe disruptions in their operations. The initial US policy mandated that EV batteries must not include materials from foreign entities of concern, a category that includes China, to qualify for up to $7,500 in EV subsidies per vehicle. Last year, South Korea's top 3 battery producers, LG Energy Solution, Samsung SDI and SK On, reported revenues exceeding 10 trillion won from battery sales to the US market alone. Without the suspension, over 30 EV models equipped with batteries from these manufacturers would have been ineligible for US subsidies starting next year. The dominance of China in the graphite supply chain has posed significant challenges for manufacturers, as noted by Hyundai Motor Group, as well as international automakers like BMW and Volkswagen. The Korean government, recognising the difficulties faced by its industry, is actively engaged in discussions with US counterparts. These discussions involve multiple government agencies, including the Office of the President of the Republic of Korea, the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Energy, and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, which all advocated for relaxation of these stringent requirements. The Hyundai Ioniq 5N has been winning some big awards during the week. The Ioniq 5N was named World's Best Electric Performance Car by Car Magazine. And also during the week, the Ioniq 5N was voted Best EV Hot Hatch at the 2024 TopGear.com Electric Awards. More details and a video have appeared of the Genesis Neolun concept car. This looks like being the Genesis sister car to the Kia EV9 and the Ioniq 9. It will have a pillarless coach door and an electric side step, as if it makes it into production. It will have a swivelling seat. It will have a radiant heating system, which is basically a heated floor inspired by the Korean ondol. It will have an adjustable pop-up screen display and a second row flexible display, a new sound architecture system, mood lighting, a rotating column shift-by-wire, and it all looks very nice. All of it makes it into production. Anyway, that's all for this week. I'd like to welcome new channel members Fedor Alberts, Malk Newton, Sven Jansen and Ian Wesley. Many thanks for your support, which is much appreciated. As usual, all links are in the show notes inside the video description. Thank you for watching.